Welcome to the Spiritual and Cosmic Podcast with Lady D, the podcast where the mystical meets every day. I'm your host, Lady D, psychic, medium, astrologer, spiritual guide, and cosmic truth teller. Each week we'll dive into real talk about living in a spiritual life in a human world. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the messy, and in between. From psychic insights, astrology breakdowns, to soulful chats and cosmic truths. This is your sacred space to awaken, expand, and keep it 100% real. So grab your crystals, open your heart, and let's get spiritual and cosmic. Welcome back to Spiritual and Cosmic with Lady D, your sacred space for astrology, intuition, and all things spiritual awakening. In this episode, we're diving into something that so many people feel but don't always understand, the mask we wear, and how it shows up in our astrology charts, especially through the rising sign or ascending. So I usually say this is our ascending, but a lot of people know it as your rising sign. It's Leo season, which brings us themes of self-expression, identity, and how we show up in the spotlight. So here's the thing. Sometimes what we present to the world isn't our true self. It's carefully crafted image that we've learned to put on. So today I'm walking you through each rising sign or ascending and revealing what kind of mask it wears, and more importantly, what that mask might be hiding. Whether you're new to astrology or already deep in your soul journey, this episode will help you better understand yourself and those around you, and how to live more authentically with heart. So grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's pull back the cosmic curtains together. So let's have a look. What is your ascending or what rising? So I say this is the ascending. This is what I've been taught. So, and also on the chart it says AC. So for me, I've always called it the ascending, but a lot of people do say rising. So it is so in their chart, it's the line that goes on the left-hand side. So it will be highlighted, and you say IAC at the end of the line in the circle. And basically, it's how people see you. It's like your mask. It's your shield. It may not be who you really are. So for instance, your ascending may be something different than your sun sign, which is your star. People know that as star signs who don't follow astrology. So as an example, I am an Aquarian, but my ascending is Pisces. So really, it's like when people don't, but it's what they see, first impressions basically of you. So that's basically what it is. And yeah, and when we often do resort to that, it's like it's like our protective sort of makes us more comfortable to wear that mask, wear that shield. So that's how it does. We'll go through each star sign in a moment too and see how it does. So the most famous one, I feel like a great example to use, is Donald Trump, and he's in the media at the moment. So he is a Gemini, but he's a Leo ascending. So talk about Leo season. He is a Leo ascending or a Leo rising. So that's why he comes across as being, well, a lot of people would say, I guess, arrogant or loud, and like he's kind of important, or I like peacock. To me, Leos are like the peacocks. They have their tail, they fan out. It's like, look at me. So I find that he really lives or puts on that ascending very, very strong. But then, so I know astrology, I can see the layers with him. So he's a Gemini, and you can see that he does. You'll see some videos where he's getting to know people generally, and he can carry a lot of conversations with people, and that is more of a Gemini aspect than the Leo. And you can see that there's stuff that he does behind the scenes that you don't see, which again, that's the Gemini coming through. So, but when he's on the media or he's talking, he's on stage, he has the mask on, the Leo ascending that you see. So with myself, I am a Pisces ascending. So even the way that I look quite soft, I look quite shy, but I am. So I am more introverted, and as I do walk in a room, I am I can be very shy, especially when I was younger and as I was a child. But now I do resort to it, but because in my job and what I do, I have to be more extroverted. So I've just learned to also really try and push through that mask and to when I'm working or when I'm doing certain jobs, if I'm doing the podcast, I've learned to sort of break out of that shell, that cover, that thing, but I will resort back to that. We always resort back to that as a protection. So let's go through the star signs and see what each ascending is. Now, the way that you're going to find out your ascending, you do need your time of birth. And with astrology, you can't, if it's like it's around, say around 15 minutes or half an hour, you'll be able to work it out. If you're looking like from, say, 1 till 4 p.m., well, you are limited in the star signs. You can go through a guess, but the more accurate your time is, the more accurate your chart's going to be. So that is something to take note. If you think, it's somewhere from midday to 8 p.m., might be a bit hard for you to work it out. But you might be able to work it out based on how people see you. And if you know how people see you, or how, the first impressions that you give. So we've got, if you are an ascending in Aries, so your first impressions may be like bold, fast, direct. You may have this mask of fearless or even a little bit argumentative. So the outside energy may be action orientated, may be a little bit sporty, a bit confident. You might also be hiding your vulnerability with that ascending. Fear of losing control could also be something of the ascending Aries. If you're the ascending Aries too, you may also look quite like a strong person, because the Aries is like the god of war. So you might have that sort of warrior feel about you, or that very strong presence about you as well. Taurus can be the mask of being the calm stability. It also could be grounded as well, or even it's like steady. You may also have a thing about money. So you might be someone that is always thinking about money or talks a lot about money, because money is also a Taurian aspect too. You might be hiding this mask, emotional overwhelm, fear of change, because Taurus don't like change. That could be something that people see with you too. So you could be very attractive. You might be that, but also have an earthy presence about you too with the Taurus. Gemini. So if you are a Gemini ascending, you might be coming across as being talkative or very witty, curious, very quick. You might come across as someone who's very social and will have a youthful appearance. You might be very clever, expressive as well. You might be hiding sort of deep emotional truth as well with that Gemini ascending. But even your appearance, that youthful appearance, and you might even talk about when if there's something you're talking about, they're very passionate about, your eyes sort of might light up and go very bright as well, for that Gemini ascending. That brings us to Cancer. So Cancers, you might look like you're, again, have that strong presence about you, but like hiding the emotion, like having that sort of hard shell about you. You might even look a little bit grumpy or come across as a bit grumpy, because I find Cancerians sometimes can have a grumpiness about them. You might also come across as very caring too. You also might be a nurturing, so you might come across as very nurturing, or even perhaps even a little bit shy too with that. You might be hiding that sense of sensitivity or fear rejection, because something that ascending Cancerian may hide. Then we go to Leo, the bold Leo. So as I said, Donald Trump was a good example of that ascending Leo. So that confidence, that magnetic, wanting to be in the limelight and wanting to have that, that people sort of following you. Might be very warm, attention loving as well. So you might be coming across very proud, expressive, dramatic. There could be a fear. So if you're this ascending, there could be a fear of invisibility or unworthlessness too with that, or you're feeling unworthy. Now, Virgo, if you come across you're ascending Virgo, you're going to be might come across being very polished, precise. Even your outfits may be very put together and very detailed, or you have a lot of detail in your outfits that you wear with that, and put a lot of care in how you look. It's all about perfection with Virgo. You're also very observant. You also may be someone that's quick to point out mistakes or errors that's happening, whether it be in writing or something. You might also come across as being a little bit organized too with that ascending Virgo. So the thing that could be hiding is the anxiety or fear of failure. You might even come across as someone who overthinks things as well, being in that Virgo energy. Now, Libras. If you're an ascending Libran, you might be very charming, balanced. With that, you might come across as being very friendly, very nice too, polite. You might come across as someone who, wants to help everybody, wants to help others. Now, the thing that might be hiding could be discomfort with conflict or judgment, because Libras don't like conflict. They're fence sitters, but they're very nice people. So that is if you're an ascending Librans. Now, if you're an ascending Scorpio, you may have your appearance. There could be a little bit of like tattoos, or you might have a little bit of a rebellion thing about you. Maybe a bit mysterious, or like have a strong presence, a little bit of a strong presence about you, or like you're maybe secretive or about you too. It could be a little bit intense. If you're ascending, could be a bit intense too. Might be so you could be hiding deep emotional fears of betrayal or wounds with the ascending Scorpio. With Sagittarius, they are light-hearted, carefree. They are very pretty people. So someone who's an ascending Sagittarius may have like just very engaging in how they speak, for one. They also could be quite pretty. Again, there's that youthfulness may showing through, that sense of adventure, light-hearted, wanting to be free, not wanting to be trapped, because this Sagittarians have a fear of being trapped. So that could be something that the ascending may be hiding. So they're like the pretty people, the Sagittarians, but they have this like light energy about them. So then we go to the ascending Capricorn. This would be someone who comes across as a little cool, a little bit responsible as well. So there could be a fear of hiding like emotional softness here, or fear of being weak could be something that if you're an ascending Capricorn. Also too, sometimes if you're an ascending Capricorns, I find you might look a little bit, not a little bit, maybe a bit bulky, a little bit, some of that too. But yet you might also be someone who comes across as highly organized and structured as well, and wanting to follow rules too if you're an ascending Scorpio. So you also might be very ambitious and professional and mature, very sensible. If you're an ascending Aquarius, I find with Aquarius that again with the tattoo, like they might have a tattoos on them, or they'll have like a quirky, they may dress different, or there's something quirkiness in how they're dressed. They may also come across as very detached by things, maybe also a little bit very independent too. Coolness about them. They're not overly emotional where they come across. There could be a fear of exclusion or deep sensitivity, or they may even come across as being like socially awkward as well. Could also be an ascending Aquarius, or just like be very different. With Pisces, I am an ascending Pisces, so it's like this dreamy, intuitive way they come across, gentle nature, and that's something that I do have, that I do have anyway, is that gentle nature. Also could be very artistic, intuitive, and sensitive. Now, the sensitive thing is, it's how they come across. So the person may come across as being sensitive, but they're actually not. And it even could be what it hides is vulnerability, desire to escape pain. So it depends on the sun sign as well. So I know for me personally, I don't like showing people my vulnerability. I know that much because I claim an Aquarius and I have a Capricorn moon. So for me, I'm not emotional at all. But yeah, I come across as this dreamy. People think I'm sensitive. I used to get comments all the time where people would say that I'm sensitive, and I'd be like, I don't think I am. But it's obviously something that I'm putting them, that mask is what it's showing and what people are thinking when I'm not. So and if it's like for me, because Aquarians are socially awkward anyway, if there's a big crowd, and I do have a sense of wanting to hide in a corner as well. So we do resort to that shell, that, that mask coming on. We don't know people, or just as a protection. Unless we have to take control, then depending on what your sun sign is, like for me, I will be able to take control of a room if I have to, if it's my job, or depending on what I'm doing. But sometimes it can be hard to break through that shell because you're so used to, just putting that whatever your ascending is. So it's about having to, or being able to even break through that. So removing the mask. So, where do we hide behind? So I said we hide behind the mask in these certain situations that you don't know, you're unsure. I find that if your ascending is more of a Leo or Gemini, you're going to find it very easy in social situations, and to be noticed, than if you're one of a, say, Pisces or even a Cancerian. So what does my soul truly want others to see in me? I feel like people just want to be sometimes or be seen or understood. So it is a very interesting topic, and how it all resonates with people. And you can put in your comments, what is your ascending, if you know it, and how does that make you? How do you think other people see you with that ascending? So it's very, because I am an Aquarian, I can see different situations, different ways. I detach myself a lot. So I can often see where the ascending and how that people's reactions and how they are. And then I can also see the other layers of people too, with different things that they do. And you'll find as you get to know someone, that ascending, or that, that layer, let's say layers, like astrology is just a bunch of layers. You'll see that ascending sort of away a bit, and then you'll see their true personality with their sun sign and the moon sign and all the other signs. You'll start seeing that coming through in the way that they talk. But if you're having just limited interaction with people, then you're always probably going to be seeing their ascending. So that's something to take note of. So I'm going to do a channeled message now. So this is going to be a channeled message from my guides, and it's going to be on spiritual growth during this Leo season, about self-expression, and also what people have to do, I guess, to evolve during this. We've got this retrograde happening for most of this Leo season till the 11th of August. So I'm going to do a channel now for my guides. If you want me to do more channeling on here from my guides, let me know and I will. Something I thought, something different, let's see, and how these results in them feeling what they feel when they see you. You are going to all expand your knowledge, expand spiritual growth, expand spiritual wealth in the years to come. The more that you delve deep into your soul, the more that you delve deep in your personality, you are going to shine through and learn more about yourself. Astrology is a wonderful tool for us all to use, and then you will see in yourself when you're resorting back into these challenges and this shield, and when you want it to shine brighter, but when you yourself want to shine brighter, that you don't want to put on that shield anymore. These are all things that you will all learn in time through your own understandings of spiritual life, spiritual awakenings, and what is happening in the universe that you are feeling at this present day. During this retrograde, it is time to soul search. It is time to seek the truth. It is time to see who you really are and what you stand for. It is time for you to see and be curious and learn about different things of spiritual or just even hobbies, and nurturing yourself and making yourself more gentle in the aspect of others, or more strong when it needs to happen. Do not let people push you over, but also make sure you are heard. Make sure that you have stability around you and that you do feel supported, whether it be by spirit, your guides, or even your friends that are physically there with you. But if you've not, your guides, your angels, your spirit people are always there to guide you, to share your thoughts, to be there for you. Talk to them. Ask for the signs, ask for the feedback that you will always get in return. We love you all, we respect you all, and we know that you're all wanting to grow, and this will surely happen quite soon for you all. Okay, so that was me channeling my guides. If you do want more of those channelings, put it in there and I will do more of those channels for you. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for this soul deep episode of Spiritual and Cosmic Lady D. I hope it gave you some insight into your rising sign and the beautiful complex ways we try to protect ourselves through the mask we wear. Remember, your rising sign isn't a problem, it's a powerful tool. but you don't have to hide behind it. If this resonates, I love to hear from you. What's your rising sign, and do you relate to the mask I described? Comment, share with me on how Instagram, or send me a message like on the show notes that's down the bottom before in the Spotify or whatever platform you're listening to this to. And if you feel called, please leave a review, share this podcast with someone who's on their spiritual path. Until next time, keep shining your light, stay soul aligned, and never be afraid to show the world who you really are. I know that's something that I have definitely learned to do, and it is hard. And even to say that I'm a psychic medium, when I first started, coming up professionally, I found it hard to say that. But now it's who I am, and I don't excuse that at all. So with that, I hope you all have an amazing week. And if you want to know more things about different topics, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.